This section is titled, The War Hits Home. Key question we need to answer here is, how did the war affect Americans? So as we read through this paragraph, we should get a pretty good idea about how the war affected Americans. We'll start reading right here. The war affected American shipping. Great Britain set up a blockade along the German coast to keep goods from getting through. American ships would not challenge Britain's blockade. German U-boats attacked ships from all nations. A U-boat sank the British ship Lusitania, killing more than 1,000 people, including 128 Americans. All right, so we pretty much get part of the answer to our question right here in the first sentence. It says the war affected American shipping. All right, so in what ways did the war affect American citizens? It affected American shipping. Affected American shipping. And this is, in turn, going to affect the economy. So it affected American shipping. So anytime that a boat, would try to sail into Great Britain, German U-boats would sneak over and attack. And the next thing you know, you've got these attacks taking place, like the one on the Lusitania. So a British U-boat, which, by the way, a German U-boat, U-boats were German, was really a submarine. It's just another name for a submarine. So these U-boats were basically invisible. They were able to, sail up under the water and not to be able to be seen. And what they would do is they would attack ships that were coming to Great Britain. One of those ships was the Lusitania, and more than 1,000 people were killed, including 128 Americans. And so, people were upset with Germany for attacking these ships because it was killing innocent Americans who really didn't have anything to do with what was going on over in Europe at this time. So it affected American shipping. That's our first reason. And then Americans died. Americans died on the Lusitania. So if we're going to answer our question down here at the bottom, in what ways did the war affect American citizens? There's really two that I see in this paragraph. Number one, it affected American shipping, which ultimately would affect the economy, because if American ships can't come to Europe and do trading, that's going to hurt our economy. That's going to bring our economy down, and that's going to hurt Americans overall. And then number two, we got to protect American lives, and Germany was sinking ships, killing Americans who didn't have anything to do with this war. So these are a couple of ways here that Americans were affected. Their economy was getting, messed up, and then also some Americans were actually being killed.